Hello, hello, gorgeous ones. Lou Anne Marine here. How are you today? I'm doing this again. I'm going live on IGTV and Facebook. See, multitasking. It's all good. It's all good. I hope you've had a great Monday already. And welcome to our new sisters in the group. I'm just checking out the audience. You have to go. Not that anyone's on live. Anyway, so if you are watching this later, just put hashtag replay. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Good to see you. So each week I'm actually doing this live in the Goddess Inner Circle. And then I've been posting up into the Instagram. But look, I'm a talented goddess on purpose. I can do them at the same time, right? Yes, I can. Save me some time. So each week I like to do these, and I usually use a different deck of cards. And this week I've had an amazing, relaxing kind of weekend. Binged on some Gaia TV, lots to think about, and a lot to feel. You know, I'm one, I don't know if this is you. Hello, gorgeous. If you take a piece of wisdom in and then you'll analyze it up here when really it needs to come in here. So I thought that this is why I would use the True Love deck today. So it is the True Love reading. It is by Belinda Grace and illustrated by the beautiful Laurie Banks, who is no longer on this earth plane. But if you've seen the gorgeous, she painted this beautiful portrait of me and of many goddess sisters in this group, and so she actually illustrated these cards. So I thought she's School of Love and in hand analysis, and I wanted to bring a little more love in today. I think that's my message, right? That was my message of feeling into love as we are kind of being forced not to see each other, but there are ways and there are ways. And yeah, it's bringing up a lot for people. So let's connect back into our heart. And that's what I think I wrote something on, was it Saturday? And just inspired by, instead of, making decisions from here, which I'm great at up here, but normally you need to align the whole through the heart, right? And the solar plexus. When really it's the heart. The mind can only make the decision from what it's seen, its perception, but the heart is a different field. Right? The heart is a different field. And who was it? Who was talking about that? I'll find out who was talking. Might have been Deepak Chopra, I think. And I just went, oh yeah, that feels good to me. That feels good to me. So I'll get into the card readings, lovely. And I'll see if there's left. Yep. So I pick three cards. And you can choose all three of them, or you can choose 1, 2, or 3, just to give you some inspiration for the week. And these are normally around your life purpose. Of course, I'm a master hand analyst, and I teach people how to decode your life purpose in your hands. So everything that kind of is in this group and most of the things that really touch my heart is about purpose, getting on purpose, and finding out your purpose, expressing your purpose. And if that's messy, it's messy. If it's in other ways, it's in other ways. But once you know your purpose, to me, if there were more people on the planet that knew their purpose, what a different place it would be, instead of kind of what's happening now. So I'm just spreading them out, 1, 2, or 3. And let's see. Now I'll have to grab the book for this, because I don't really know these meanings. So, yummy. Well, I kind of do. Yep. Oh, okay. Beautiful. All right, beautiful ones. So the first card I'll show on both is the Divine Feminine. Look at that, the Divine Feminine. And these are about true love reading cards, the Divine Feminine. So, of course, I do know about the Divine Feminine. But what's her message today? So the divine feminine is returning to us all once more after thousands of years of dominance by the distorted masculine. She is characterized by qualities such as nurturing behavior, patience, caring, acceptance, trust, going with the flow, cycles, sharing, communal cooperation, healing, and connection. Also intuition. So you have drawn this card today, if you've chosen number 1, because your heart and intuition are calling out to you urging you to trust your feminine energy more and more. Take a few minutes to complete the exercise. Oh, we don't need to do that. Reintegrating. So to me, okay, so that's what the book says. So to me, the divine feminine, and I'm just looking at, I've just been getting into these things, these really feeling into trees lately. I don't know about you, but trees, right? I've got a beautiful artist who's going to draw a picture for me, and I've not gotten back to her. She's asked me some questions, and I've gone, I don't know what that's going to look like, but I feel like it's going to be a tree, right? The tree as we grow. And she's got her trees here. So it's like the branches up here. In hand analysis, we use the lessons as the roots, our life lessons, those blocks, it's actually a secret source. We put them into the ground and they grow deeper because we're here to look at our shadow, right? So to me, the tree is the anchor, right? The roots are the anchor, and we're growing up and we're reaching and we're expressing. And the divine feminine does that, right? She experiences. So I think it comes back to what I was talking about before, is this whole, we spend so much time in our minds. If we could just work it out up here instead of feeling. So to me, if you've drawn this card today, it is about being in flow, just sitting, contemplating, opening up your heart, right? Instead of just analyzing what they did to me or what does this make me feel, actually feel it. So the divine feminine is calling, and she's here to hold you as you go through this, and it feels really beautiful. I love that one. Okay, so our second card, if you've done pulled card 2, it's Serendipity. Look at that. Serendipity, right? So I can see the boat here. Excuse my nails, I've been painting yesterday. I've got paint all over them. I see the stag, I see the beautiful sun, and I mean, Laurie, it was just amazing. The shooting stars and these kurus. I always call them kurus, right? The unfurling. So serendipity. Nothing is coincidence, right? Nothing is coincidence. Serendipity. Okay, let's look up this on her book. It's a beautiful book. And who are the publishers? Rockpool Publishing. Serendipity. So, how often have you wondered when uncertainty and waiting for your dreams to come true can be very frustrating? Most of the time, we want what we want, and we want it now. So that's for you over there. We want it now. Of course we do. Right? Yet we often look back on our lives and are able to appreciate the divine timing and serendipity that took place. So let me just give my little... Okay, so trust that your journey is unfolding naturally and gracefully. Now, I don't know about you, right? I don't know about you, but when anyone says that to me, I'm like, no, I want it now. I want it now, and how can I actually get it quicker instead of just resting back, right? And the divine feminine, right? And men have the divine feminine too, and we have the divine masculine. So it's like everything has its timing, but there are things that we can do. So again, if you're wanting to go for that job, or you're wanting to start that business, or you're wanting to go on that relationship, right? And you're just waiting. You do have to put yourself forward, but there is a beautiful timing of everything. And I'm just looking at this boat. She's about to row into the lake here. So she's going to meet it, and there's this beautiful stag here. Stags are very powerful, right? They're very powerful, very wisdom, and all the angels, and this unfurling. So accept divine timing, but still go out to meet it. Right, still go out to meet it. And you can tell in hands, right? I'm just bringing everything back to hand analysis now. It just seems to come through me. But when you print hands, right? I'll see if I've got one here. When you print hands, I've normally got somebody's hands. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show that. When you do print hands, there's a hand there. And this is not the best example, but sometimes you'll get some of these fingers pushing towards the thumb. Leaning towards the thumb there. And thank you for that, lovely. And what that means is that you are pushing for the results, because thumbs are all about willpower. Yes, we want to push our will out into the world and we want to make things happen, but there is a time where you have to relax. You've put your order out, now just sit back, do the things, keep showing up, and it will come to you. So I think that's went the long way around that. So feeling into the divine feminine, right? Waiting, but still feeling it, right? Keeping focused on that. And now I have a really interesting card here. It's called the distorted masculine, right? The distorted masculine. Now what I see in there is time, right? Clocks, and a sign called the bank and the police, and somebody's there. Wow, that's interesting. Gosh, she's amazing, right? I'll just let you take a look at that, right? So there's somebody there looking for help, the time, the tanks. Sounds a little bit like what's going on now, right? Anyway, let's look at that card, what that card means, because these are all true love reading cards. We've got the divine masculine, but it's the distorted masculine. Okay, let's look at this. So be aware of where the distorted masculine may be showing up in your life. Let it go with love and live a fully blessed life in the now. So I think, what is it? You've drawn this card today because the distorted masculine is still influencing your life. You've picked number 3. Do you live by your clock and your diary, pushing everything aside until your work is done? Do you ignore your intuition or the messages from your body urging you to rest and relax? Ah, beautiful. Are you afraid to feel your emotions for fear of being overwhelmed or appearing weak? That's kind of like what I just said with this card. It's like, this is a confirmation, right? So again, and just before I got on here, I'm thinking, you know, that my kids have been, well, we're all the kids in Victoria at home at the moment. And, you know, there's beautiful times where they come out and they have conversations in between their breaks and that, because they go and do their in their room. And I'm thinking, wow, how amazing, how it's not a blessing. It is a twofold blessing, right? I want them to go out and to be in school and to things, for them to go and see their friends and all that. But it is also nice being here and having that opportunity instead of being rushed, right? So again, we're getting in the car, we're going to the cubicle, rectangle car, we're going to the rectangle cubicle at work, you know, we're getting back in the rectangle, driving home, getting in front of the rectangle TV, just numbing out, right? But there's also this on the hamster wheel. Now we've been forced to kind of sit back with that and not get into that, but we still want some normality, right? So, but who made up these rules? So that's something to feel into. Who actually made up the rules that we have to go 9 to 5 everywhere, and you know, the just to keep going to the top of the corporate ladder? Like, I don't know who made up those rules, and I mean, it's been instilled into us, right? I'm getting on a whole big different tangent today, but I think the blessing of this, of what happened, is we have to come in, we have to look at what hasn't been working for us, and that hasn't been working for us. So if you need a rest, it's time to rest. If you need just to not watch the clock, yes, okay. So the other thing is, like, even in this, our world in the spiritual entrepreneurial world, right, we can feel like there's so much pressure to do this webinar, come and do this, I have to get all my marketing in place, I have to reach, because you're coming from love, so there's this beautiful, you want to reach as many people as you can, but it's actually driving you nuts. So it's not what your design was meant for. You want to run workshops, you want to just have a couple of people, but yet I'm doing all this other external stuff. No one has told you that you have to do that. But again, if you have a calling to do that, please do that, and look at where that resistance is. Look at where this distorted masculine, and it's kind of weird that's not just the masculine word. I kind of feel quite weird saying it like that. But again, there's this distorted feminine as well, right? She can be a real bitch. So, so just rest up with that. Like, be easy with yourself. Meet and hold those dreams and wait for the timing, right? Well, I still struggle with that. And be in that feminine divine. So I think those are our 3 cards today. I hope they make sense. I'm going to keep playing with these over the next few weeks. We'll bring out more of those. If this has made sense to you, please just let me know below. And if you're watching the replay, have a beautiful week, gorgeous ones, on purpose, with purpose, expressing your purpose, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.